this horse just came in. His name is Bubba. He's, I believe, 5 years old, I think, if I remember right, something close to that. And what the owner said was that he had been to 2 other trainers before me. He's pushy. She said he wasn't very good leading. She said that she has ridden him. Didn't sound like it went real good, but he came in, I believe, 2 days ago. Two days ago, yeah. And I've done a little bit of groundwork with him as far as lunging him on the line, getting him to move, getting a little bit of just kind of respect between the 2 of us. This is the first time I've had him cross-tied. I'm going to saddle him. This will be the first time I've saddled him. We did rinse him after worked him, and he did that pretty good. But I need to see exactly what we got. See, I'm sure I know why that she's intimidated by him. He was pretty bad in hand, leading him around. He was really pushy into my space. I think the lunge work I did yesterday, I think, helped that a lot. So I'm gonna saddle him up in here, see how that goes. Go out there, lunge him a little bit, and then I'll see what I got. Right now, I'm not really sure specifically what I need to work on. Get his feet picked out. See if he'll pick his feet up. This one has a shoe on it. I need to pay attention if he seems sore someplace. Of course, I'm going to address that, but that's not sore. That's attitude. We're going to pick it back up, and I'm going to hold it up. I'm not going to let him take it away from me like that. Probably that attitude, him slinging that foot away from me, is probably where a lot of this is coming from. A lot of symptoms. And it's, I believe, let's see what he does with his back feet. I believe it's probably going to be a lot of acting like he wants to kick me. I believe it's going to be a lot of just him wanting to be in charge, but we'll see. I talked a lot about riding a dominant horse versus a submissive horse, and he might be that dominant horse type. It's kind of what I'm seeing so far. We're gonna see what all will see. That back foot was better. Let's see what this front foot's like. When I'm cleaning these horses' feet out that I don't know the horse, I stand in a little bit different position than what you're generally taught. Front feet, I'm going to be out here a little bit so I can see his head out the corner of my eye. In case he turns to bite me, I can see him. Back feet, I'm going to be up close against him so that if he tries to kick, I won't be in a place where he could kick me very hard. That we're not going to tolerate. Turn your head back. He's holding this foot up better, and I would be willing to bet that these 2 feet were better because of what I did with that foot and picking it back up and not letting him sling it away from me. Little things like that make a huge difference in him reading me and me reading him. Just like I said, I'm figuring him out, he's figuring me out also. He's learning what I will accept and what I will not accept. He realized that I was not going to accept that behavior with that left foot. This foot was better. How it generally works, we'll see. Now I'm going to throw the pad up on him. I usually throw the pad up on the right just because the pad's here and the horse is there. I'm going to pay attention to his ears. Really no huge reaction. He didn't pin his ears back against him. He did pay attention to what I was doing. but didn't pin his ears like he wanted to be mad about it or angry about it. A lot of times, let's say if a horse has a sore back or maybe some stomach ulcers, when you throw the pad up there, you'll get that initial reaction, him telling me that something's not right, but he didn't show me that at all when I threw the saddle pad up there. So let's grab a saddle. We'll try my rope and saddle. This, I think, looks like might fit him okay. Yeah, that's gonna fit him good. You notice I threw it up there. I'm not trying to be extra cautious or anything. If he's gonna be bad, I wanna see it. I have to see it to fix it. If you don't show it to me, I can't fix it. And we'll get a girth. He has pretty good expression on his face. Doesn't act particularly scared or mad or worried. He's just kind of paying attention and going along with it. I'm gonna need to go up on the other side. He's not quite as big in the girth area as I thought he was. Not going to surprise him or anything when I pull it up. I'm going to make sure he knows that it's there. I need to get this foot more up even with the other foot. Stand a little square so that the girth sits in the right place. Come on up. Now the girth looks a little short, but I bet you after he walks a little bit, it'll come on up. Don't seem too angry about being messed with. We'll get a snaffle bit. I have certain reins that I prefer for different things. With not knowing what he is or how he's going to act, I like a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger rein. It gives me a little bit more to hold on to, for if I need to get his head around or anything, I have more rein to do that with. A horse that I know is good and broke, that I'm doing more soft finesse things with, then I'll use a smaller rein. See right there, he's getting into my space. Let's see if he'll push back over. A horse down there squealed, and he's paid attention to that horse and come into my space. So that's not acceptable. I'm sure that's the kind of things that has his owner intimidated. For right then, I just pushed him back over. We'll take him out, we're gonna lunge him a little bit, get a little bit more ground respect, and that's gonna go away when he has more respect for my space and more respect for when I ask him to do something. That's a pretty good sized head. All right, so I always just tighten the saddle enough so it's just not gonna fall off. It's not that tight. There it is, moving into my space again, move over. And you notice, he moved into my space. I didn't just ask him to move over. Stepping into my space is dangerous for me, and it shows he's trying to show authority over me. So when I ask him to step back over, I'm not just gonna ask, I'm gonna tell, I'm gonna come at him with some authority. It's kind of like horses in the pasture. One horse can make another horse move by pinning its ears, or he can make it move by biting at him. I'm not just gonna ask him like pinning ears. I'm gonna tell him, I'm gonna be more aggressive. Move out of my space. Coming into my space is an aggressive move towards me, and I'm not gonna go to ask to tell him to move back. I'm gonna go straight to tell, maybe even demand, to get that authority. So I'll walk him out in the aisleway, I'll stop and tighten the saddle a little bit. Stop here, tighten the saddle a hole or two. And then we'll go on out. So far, this isn't too bad. Worst thing he did was step into my space at the wash rack. But I could definitely see where if that's not got a handle put on, gotten under control, it's going to continue to get worse. I can also see that this horse is pretty young in his mind. And the reason I can see that is he is challenging my space, but he's not challenging it in the same way of a horse with more authority would do. He's challenging it in the way of a more immature horse would kind of feel out pushing his boundaries. He's not taking the boundary. He's seeing where the limits of the boundary that I will accept is. See, right now, all his attention is on the cows over there. And he startled when I picked the reins up. Now he's walking forward, just shoving into my space, not listening to what I ask him to do. I'll tighten the saddle another hole. He has been out here. I have been working him out here. This is not new. He has seen the cows before. He has seen this arena before. Nothing out here is new to him. There's walking forward. What I want to do is attach my lunge line. Get my rope over here. Now he's wanting to walk forward. I'm going to send him forward. You want to go? Let's go.